So today we will go over a few ideas, resources you can make money online as a fashion designer. So let's walk into your fashion studio. Fashion designers, they all need to do several types of tasks which they are trained for during their fashion studies. We do investigations, we do trend report, we do market research, we do sketching, we do sampling, we do toiles, we do pattern making, sewing, among many other tasks. So many graduates don't realize that there are many companies looking out and willing to pay money for people to do those tasks. But students prefer to focus on their brands and their glamorous life and their glamorous runway and all that, which honestly that takes a lot of investment at the beginning and a long time. So consider having an income at the same time that you grow your brand. That would be the ideal path to success. So even if you have friends that are buying your sundresses or circle skirts or swimsuits, please calculate the time and money that you have invested to get that income from that brand. It doesn't even come close, and we all know that can take years. So now let's take a look at positions that I've applied and earned money online with my fashion designer skills. Number 1, Freelance Researcher. Companies have paid me to do research on their competitors, to buy their products and analyze their strategies. I've earned decent money doing this while I'm working on other projects and for other companies. Number 2, a fashion consultant. Now, this fashion consultant position is not the same position that you would find in a department store, because we are talking about online, remote, off-site positions. So this fashion consultant position is when a company sends you a headline of their current position in the market, sends you a heads up on an investment plan, and they let you know what their future statistics are. So then, as a consultant, I've done research, and according to my resources, sort out a plan that this company can easily follow to reach those goals. Sometimes I've managed to save money for the company, and sometimes I have to be honest, their plan and their goals need more investing. So you have to be honest if you're being a consultant. I've been a fashion illustrator. So this role we all love doing. Yes, you can get paid and sell your illustrations online. I've done hundreds of these types of gigs, mainly for startup companies, but don't get me wrong, big companies have contracted me to do fashion illustrations too. Remember that big companies find it easier to have freelance positions that they don't have to pay them full-time or all the benefits that a full-time employee requires. So many of these big companies are now reaching out for freelancers, and this is a very easy to do work remotely. I've been a sample maker for different companies, and this is a high demanded segment because many brands have their ideas, they just don't know how to achieve them, how to do the patterns of specific designs, how to develop that specific garment in three-dimensional form. So we designers have been trained to do so, and this is an opportunity for you. So if you want me to do a video detailed on how you can do that, we'll do it. So I've done this type of work for corset companies, for dress companies, for swimwear companies. So with this type of work, it is very important that as I move from one company to the next, you keep everything confidential. This is crucial because companies are paying you to develop their new products, and you don't want them knowing or realizing that you are using their designs or their ideas in some of your projects, or worse in other companies' projects. So you can apply to stylist positions which easily can work remotely. In my case, I haven't done styling gigs. I've focused mainly on the development of a product and design and the pattern making. So that's what I enjoy most. Other positions that you can type and research for are associate designer, technical designer, freelance designer, apparel designer. So make sure that when you research each of this, you read the descriptions really well, because this might be on-site full-time positions. For the purpose of this video, we'll focus on remote and freelance work, assuming the majority of the viewers are designers who wants to keep working on their brands. Now, the question is, where do you go online to get those gigs? Let's look up to my top recommended online fashion jobs website. The first website that I am sharing here is called People Per Hour. You can see they offer fixed price per project or a rate per hour. Another cool website is called Upwork.com. You will find a lot of fashion design gigs here, and there are all sorts of levels required. You can see the difference between one project and the other one. Definitely detailed specifications and very interesting opportunities. Here in freelancer.com, you can submit proposals for different types of fashion design projects. This is a very cool website and have tons of opportunities. Here at Indeed.com, you can type and look for the words fashion designer, remote, or fashion designer, work from home, and you will get different alternatives. You have to read everything carefully because sometimes these positions are full-time. Here's a good position, $50,000 a year, but you have to read carefully. It is remote, but it might not be freelance, it might be full-time. And here is another cool example for an experienced pattern maker. As always, I am not going to leave you empty-handed. I offer a few tips while you plan to start applying for these remote and freelance positions. Number one, I always have a calendar where I write down every time I apply to some position, so I don't end up applying to so many positions that when the first application accepts my proposal, I don't feel overwhelmed if others have answered before. So I recommend that you have a calendar and manage the amount of applications or proposals that you send. The worst thing that you can do is turn down a company when you have applied for their position. Remember, most of these websites have a feedback log where they can put a negative comment, and that will affect your future proposals. Number two, rewrite a simple introduction and overall motivation, 1 or 2 sentences, because you're going to be applying for a few different positions and you don't want to be writing all that, which is most of the time the same kind of text. Number three, decide if you want to apply to to small gigs or big projects. Number 4, always overestimate. Yes, overestimate your turnaround time for all projects. So, just to be clear, calculate realistically the time that you would need to finish a project and then add 2 or 3 days more. That way, if something comes up, because we all know that stuff happens, then you are safe. You have a few days to comply. Number 5, have your rates ready. What are your rates? What are you going to be charging per hour of your time? Now, you should know by now how much your hour is worth. Now, don't you ever, never settle for the rate that people are proposing to a specific job. You should understand that your education, your experience, your work, your skills all contribute to your work, and that is value. So you cannot compare to the prices that other people are submitting because you don't know where they studied, what they've done, and how they work. So you cannot compare to that. If you don't know what to charge for a fashion gig or an artistic job. Alright, this wraps up our video on how to make money online as a fashion designer. Like and comment below what would you like to see next. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all our uploads. Remember, we have tons of fashion videos coming your way. Bye bye for now.